You want to know why working parents are so stressed out? It's because the math just simply does not add up. Our country, our infrastructure, it was not set up for a dual income home. When you have kids in elementary school, it is almost impossible to have two people working full time at regular office jobs and accommodate the school schedules. And here's the thing, the majority of homes in our country, they're dual income homes. And I was doing the math, okay? My kids came home from school yesterday. They had their school calendar. They were so excited to show me, all right? So we counted the days up. They have 12 half days this year. They have 7 no school days, and that does not include holidays, right? I didn't include Veterans Day, Memorial Day, none of those. They're not included. So they have a combination of 19 half days or no school days. What does that mean? That means I either need to take PTO or I need to pay for care on those days. Care for a half day, $90 per kid. Care for a full day, $120 per kid, okay? I have 2 kids. If I'm gonna pay for that for all of the days that they are off next year, I'm gonna be paying over $3,800 for no school days and half days. And that does not even include school vacation weeks, right? School vacation weeks. They have 3 school vacation weeks. This year, the holiday break is very long, okay? So they're gonna have 18 vacation days. And again, this does not include any of those floating holidays we were talking about. So 18 vacation days. So now I'm looking at my PTO, right? My husband and I combined, we have 35 days of PTO. Do you know how many days we would need to accommodate this? 37. So that doesn't work, right? And then you talk about sick days. We each only have 5, 10 sick days, but we have more than one child and they're gonna get sick and they're not gonna get sick at the same time. So they're gonna get sick and then I don't get to take my sick time because once I'm sick from them being sick, I have to go back to work because I don't have any more sick time, right? And so the math simply doesn't work. You do the math and you say, okay, I'm gonna be spending $3,800 a year for half days and no school days so that my kids have somewhere to go so I can work and not use all my PTO because I wanna use my PTO on fun things with my kids when we go on vacation or do something like that if we ever get to do that, right? But then you could after school care, right? I'm already spending $19,000 a year in after school care. So that plus the no school days is over $20,000. And none of this includes camp. It doesn't even include camp. Summer is 10 weeks. 10 weeks of camp typically. That is so much money. It's $7,000 for our family pretty much, give or take. And that's like on the low end. That's like the very low end. So all in, I'm spending over $30,000 a year for childcare and or I'm burning through my PTO. It feels nearly impossible to make it work, right? You don't have enough PTO, you don't have enough sick time, you don't have the money to pay $30,000 a year for childcare for kids who are in public school, right? Public school. And I'm not saying the schools need to accommodate for this. I'm not saying teachers need to accommodate for this, but something is very broken. The way that our corporations work and our country works, there is no infrastructure to support a dual income home. So typically, one person either has to go part-time, they have to take a flexible job, they leave the workforce. There's this myth that women leave the workforce when they have babies. No, they leave the workforce when their kids hit elementary school because it's almost harder. It is just as expensive and way more difficult to navigate. And so when a parent says, hey, I'm a little stressed out, being a dual income home is really difficult right now, despite the fact that we need it to survive in this economy, it's nearly impossible when you have children.